All right, guys, it is time to go down in the bus leagues on our last show before we go to spring training. I want to do something a little different. I mean, first of all, is there any news we're hearing from anybody out there that we need to talk about? Because after that, I want to talk about some guys that nobody's talking about who could really break out this year, have a chance to do something.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been a ton of news from the minor league side. It's just, guys are...
They're not really there, but...
They're not, they're there early. I mean, I ran into Brock Porter, former guest, the fourth rounder last year, and he's been there since just after New Year's Day. So a lot of guys are doing that, and it's a good thing. They're hungry and ready to go, and haven't heard of any injuries yet, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
They will pop up. I mean, there's going to be more than 100 of them. It's going to happen. But right now, the way camp is going to break down is I think Monday is the 6th, right? So Monday and Tuesday, physicals and some on-field stuff. They'll practice, work out for a few days, then they'll have interleague games for a few days, and then they'll start.
When do they start interleague games? Thursday and Friday?
Boy, I think it's Friday at the earliest over that weekend, and then they start playing games against other teams.
So we'll be there on
the following week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's there's going to be bodies everywhere.
Right.
And but it's a good thing. And
right.
The good thing is that they all have names on their jerseys.
Yeah.
So that helps, no doubt about it. I mean, we recognize a lot of them, but it's always good to get a little insurance.
Well, let me ask you this before I get into my little thing I want to do. Who is it you're excited to see once they get started? Some names that we know. Like I want to see Gutierrez. I haven't really seen him in person. Yeah. Everyone knows that name. He's one of the top prospects in the organization.
Sure.
I really want to see him in person.
Yeah, he's in camp. That group of young Dominican guys, they're all in camp. I want Sebastian Walcott, who they just signed from the Bahamas.
Is he going to be there?
He's there now.
Really?
Yeah, he got there on last Friday.
There's another one I want to see.
We want to see.
Yeah.
Such a young guy. Bahamas. There's not a language barrier, so we're going to be able to talk to him, I think. And but like Dane Acker has just been getting rave reviews.
Yes. And maybe our guest next week.
Yeah. No, he's going to be on at some point. We're going to talk to him in a podcast setting, whether it's next week or the week after.
Absolutely.
You're getting some Dane Acker for the second time. He came on last year when he was rehabbing.
But I have read that they are just
love Dane Acker. And I've seen Ian Muller, the catcher who was on our show last year from Surprise. Didn't have a great showing at Down East, but you're hearing a lot of talk about Cody Freeman because he's in big league camp.
Who's been on the show?
Yeah, but Freeman and Muller are probably neck and neck for the number 2 catching prospect behind Huff. I know Huff isn't a prospect, but he's also not established yet, so we'll still call him a prospect. The Rangers, he's got a big arm and he has a lot of power.
Yeah,
and they think that this is kind of the year that he's going to be able to step forward. One of his best friends is Cam Cauley.
Yeah.
Who got some serious love from Baseball America. The Baseball America had him as the Rangers' number 15 prospect.
Who came along later. He kind of struggled at first, starting the season.
Yeah,
these were high school kids coming out.
Sure, and he's athletic guy. Has hit some home runs. He's got little powers developing. Good defensive player. So interesting to see him too. Davis Wenzel, who's been at camp. He hit a home run in the Cactus League game the other day.
Right.
I'd assume the only thing that's holding Davis back is injuries.
Absolutely.
He's a major league talent.
Well, let's be really honest. Last year when Josh Young went down, that was a name after the way he started in spring training. We thought that was the guy that was going to end up making his major league.
Thought he'd be the first guy up.
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah. And then he struggled a little out of the gate, and then he
got hurt.
Back, they thought it was his calf, but it was in the back, so he had to go to Arizona and rehab it. He ended up hitting like 17 or 18 home runs last season. He didn't hit for a high average, but he had worked the previous offseason on adding elevation loft to his swing.
Right.
He accomplished that. Now is the finishing piece there, is the hit tool behind.
Right.
Great. Let's see it. Let's see how he plays. I want to see Brock Porter, Andrew Painter, who was a big time draft choice last year. He pitched in a game for the Phillies yesterday and 99, and everybody's like, ooh, well, Brock Porter was considered a better prospect than that guy.
Yep.
So let's get Brock in an A game and see what he can do. And
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah,
though,
you never know. You never know.
What is it called? He's a Jix, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case, maybe come in and throw an inning. I don't know, but you know what? He's going to well, he's already throwing now, but we'll definitely see Porter walking around there.
Yeah.
So
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
One of the things I wanted to look at, we know top prospects. We know the guys everyone talks about, Evan Carter. They're talking about the guys that are there. But there's some guys that have been, for whatever reason, they've kind of slid under. They've been forgotten, who could really maybe get totally healthy, get going, and showcase.
Yeah.
And there are some guys that, as deep as this organization are, these guys were legit prospects, or they are not just names or has-beens.
Yeah.
These guys are legit who no one's talking about. And there's a few of them. One for me, obviously, is Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy from UCLA. And if you haven't seen what he did last year, he just stayed at Down East. But this is a guy who was
I think he finished at Hickory. I think he got a start in
Did he end up getting one there? He was the Pac-12 Player of the Year coming out of UCLA when he was drafted by the Rangers in the second round. Yeah, it was second round. And has suffered through the injuries after that. But good Lord, this guy knows how to throw. He was the Friday night pitcher. And if you don't know about college baseball, the Friday night pitcher is the ace of the staff.
Yeah.
And he had like a 1.74 ERA in college in the Pac-12. Now, the Pac-12, any baseball, even SEC, is not AA or AAA hitting, nothing like that. But I don't care. That's big-time baseball, and that guy he was good. I want to see Ryan Garcia fully. He came on the show. What a great kid.
Yeah.
But he didn't care if he stayed at Down East all year. He's back healthy on a mound.
Yeah, he's grateful for where he is.
Absolutely.
I think these guys can take the game for granted, and then when they take it away from them, they realize, hey, this is a special opportunity we have. I mean, he lives right down the street from the complex. He's been there as well. I think Aaron Zavala was staying with him this winter after the surgery. I saw Aaron. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but that's another guy. I know people talk to him about him a lot. I mean, he's a Baseball America top 10 prospect, but see how quickly he can mend. And see when he can get back on the field, because he's a guy who has such a great approach and understanding of the strike zone. They don't want him to get,
and legitimately maybe a reason why some of these outfield guys that they didn't sign weren't signed. Well, they know they have some guys that might could fill in for that left field spot.
Yeah, Dustin Harris too, who's in big league camp.
Evan Carter. I mean, you got 3 or 4 guys right there on the brink,
getting there, and. So yeah, I agree with seeing Ryan, but there are guys who you just like Larson Kindrich who pitched so well last year. Mitch Bratt, who's going to be pitching for Canada. Unfortunately, he'll be gone.
We'll get to see him on TV. Go watch him pitch for.
I'm assuming Team Canada won't advance, so
he won't be gone too long.
Get him at the end of camp, but he had a really good year. He had another one of our guests, and interesting backstory. It's just, there are just so many guys, you hate to
I'll tell you another name.
Somebody.
Yeah. I've got one. And this guy, when he was drafted, and this guy right here has been touted at one time as he is the most athletic, best athlete in this entire organization, and has just been riddled with the worst luck as far as injuries go. And that's Chris Cease.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He
is a stud.
He's there now. He's like a specimen.
He's unbelievable. 6'3".
He's a specimen, man.
And they say, I'm going to tell you right now, I remember hearing this back when he was the first year out of the draft. They were like, this is the guy that will replace Elvis Andrus.
Yeah.
This is the guy that will be the next shortstop for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
And he just 2 freak shoulder surgeries.
And then an ACL. He was in the, they took him 3 picks after Bubba Thompson. So that would have been 2017. And so he's still young, but he's getting older. He
25, 26.
He needs, I know he's got the injury history, and the COVID year screwed everybody up. And so your 24-year-olds or 23-year-old experience wise. So he needs to have a good year. This is a big year for him. He needs to get to AA and do
I think
stuff.
He'll start at AA.
He might, yeah, but he needs to have a productive year.
I heard they're putting him at some first base too.
Well, he can probably play anywhere, and they do not have a lot of
first base depth.
first baseman in the farm system. And
Well, this is a guy they thought had power.
Sure.
This is a big
Speed,
boy.
yeah.
Oh man, he's a big boy. He's fast. Can play shortstop. And I remember getting some video of him last year playing shortstop when we were there at spring and doing that. So that's two I said, Ryan Garcia and Chris Cease. These are guys no one's talking about.
yeah,
But I'm telling you right now, if nothing else, don't solidify themselves again. Jonathan Ornelas kind of fell off the map and then shot back last year with the year he had.
right.
This could be a guy that could earn his way at somebody else taking a chance with him or be included in a deal or somewhere. Send us Cease also. You know, they maybe they don't have the depth at a certain position to do that. But that's two that I'm thinking of. Anybody else you're thinking of that no one?
You know, I mean, these guys aren't under the radar because they're a major league camp, but this offseason they didn't get a lot of attention. Blaine Krim, our buddy,
Hit another home
and
run. the other day.
another friend of ours, Justin Foscue. And
God, Foscue took off.
and it's just crazy. They both had really, really good years. And I know Foscue didn't have the big power numbers, but he still had an OPS of over 850,
Right.
or right around 850. And this is just a good. These are just two good players. And I mean, Foscue, for some reason, Baseball America didn't have him in their top 10.
Okay.
All right, he is a very good, legitimate prospect. Maybe it's because he didn't have a
Rangers love him.
position, but the Rangers just think he's going to hit and hit a lot. And so
Right.
I just think that he'll probably go to. I'm assuming he starts at AAA this year.
Yep.
And he's going to hit because that's what he does. And same thing with Blaine. And Blaine is just a hit machine. And I just think that those two guys have a chance to create opportunities for themselves. And I know they're in big league camp, so I guess you can't say they're under the radar, but
Yeah.
those things just kind of sticks out to me. Just kind of.
Yep.
Maybe it bothers me. I don't know, but
Well, Blaine Krim has hit every year, and just. But let's be honest. I mean, he's blocked right now with Lowe up at the big league level. But the guy has hit every year, every time he's come up.
Yeah.
And he's got power.
yeah,
I mean, and hit another one yesterday. I mean,
that was a good shot too. It bounced up onto the
Yeah.
the
was
crosswalk
pretty
up
good.
there. Yeah.
so. Well, guys, anything before we wrap this thing up?
No, just remember to subscribe to Rangers today. $5.99 a month, $5.99 a month, $35 for 6 months, $60 for a year. Maybe it's because I've been in Arizona and where everything is happy and optimistic, but there's just a different vibe around the team this year.
Oh, man.
They really think they're going to be good. And
A lot of fans around there when you were there.
it was growing.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna have a lot when we're there.
And you guys don't want to miss anything. And we cover it all. We cover the farm system like nobody else.
Nope,
We're there pretty much every day.
absolutely.
When the club's at home, we'll make some road trips. I've got a cell phone full of phone numbers.
Yep,
So we're
best move I ever made.
We're a very good value. If you're looking for Rangers coverage that isn't going to cost you what a traditional outlet costs you.
Yep, and it's just Rangers.
It's just Rangers. So you got to sign up. It's really, really good. And then this YouTube channel is something else too.
Yeah,
nobody has the videos like we have the videos, and nobody has a Rangers podcast like we do. So we don't want you to miss it. So subscribe, share it, like it, comment. We try to get to the comments. You'll notice. I know one guy's going to notice that I'm not wearing the Callaway hat today. I'm wearing I'm from Colorado, so this is the Colorado State flag logo. I'm wearing a Colorado hat today, not a Colorado Rockies hat, a state of Colorado hat. So I did it for you. I saw your comment, and so I'm wearing the Colorado hat.
All right, he did that too. And hey, for you guys that love the YouTube channel, what's going on? Tell your friends that are Hispanic. We are going to be doing some more Hispanic stuff. Our producer, Joel Perez, is going to work with us no matter what's going on. He's going to come out and do some interviews in Spanish with some of these guys that are way more comfortable just talking Spanish. And a lot of these guys will talk to us, but they're just more comfortable talking Spanish. It's just their native. And Joel did a great job with Martin Perez last year. And Perez has already told him, you come to me, I'll get the guys for them. But we're going to have a channel on there for them because let's be honest. I mean, I want every Ranger fan to be a part of Rangers Today. I don't care whether you're Hispanic and you're Spanish speaking. I don't care what you are. You need to come to Rangers Today, and we're going to get you some coverage the way you like it.
For sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just complete coverage. That's all I can say. That's
Yep.
all, it really is.
Absolutely. Well,
Yep.
guys, listen, spring training. Thanks again for Premier Properties for sponsoring us for spring training. Don't remember to go to their website at swdallasrealty.com. That's SW like Southwest DallasRealty.com. Give me a DM or call me or that. But guys, this one's different. I usually say I'll see you at the yard, but next time, guys, I'll see you from Arizona.
All right.
That's it.
Let's do it.
Roxo Media House.